Hey guys, I just thought I would do this movie review sitting down, but it's pissing down and rain, and I thought I don't want to get my phone wet, especially when it's new, so I'll just do my review here, sitting down in West Orchards, in the low precinct rather. So, I went to the Odeon Cinema, as you would have guessed. I went to see the film Send Help. Now, that film was definitely something alright. I would say it's more thriller than horror. I wouldn't say there's any horror aspects, really. So, I actually really enjoyed it. I think this sort of film, there's going to be some who's going to like it, there's some who's not going to. I think this is going to be in the middle sort of film, but I enjoyed it. So, basically, an average day woman working a 9-to-5 job in the office, wanted the opportunity to prove herself, but never really getting the opportunity. So she'll, technically in the nicest way, she'll be the office loser who just doesn't get the credit that she wants. Then comes the boss's son, the new boss. He's a pure arsehole, pure dickhead, money driven. He doesn't give a fuck about the woman at all. He doesn't recognise her ability in the office or the asset for the company or anything like that. He was a pure arsehole. But he was convinced to bring her aboard on this trip. So, with a few more people on the flight, him and her, they came across a video that she was trying to get on Survivor. But they all took it was all funny, taking the piss out of her trying to get into Survivor, but when it comes to shove, is it so funny when you're going to need her? So it's mainly about the arsehole boss and the woman who is misunderstood. Now, she truly finds her own in the desert island. She truly finds her purpose, and she doesn't want to leave ever. And she looks after him, and she does this thing where I thought it was pretty cool. She wanted to prove to him he's not the boss of her now. So she disappears for a day and a night. His lip blisters, his skin and all that, and he's proven, because he's got a massive graze on his leg, he's not exactly 100%, he can't exactly do anything right now. So he needs the help. He just is too stubborn. Like, as I was saying, he's too stubborn to accept the fact that he needs this woman's help. Because in his head, he's still the boss. She's the employee. Not on this island. No. And she makes it pretty fast that she actually becomes a bit of a badass. And I'm just going to say it, a pretty attractive badass too. She finds her knack, she finds her skills, she gets shelter, she gets food, she gets drink, she gets everything looked after. There was a pretty intense scene where she killed this bull, this pig, and she killed it and all his blood and everything went over her, and they made a funny saying, you made a bacon of yourself or something on those lines. Pretty funny. If you had to be there to watch it, I probably didn't express it as funny as they did. But there was a few things, like there was a boat that was coming across, and she was like, I'm not ready yet. So she doesn't burst for help. She hides. Well, so we think she hides. In reality, she follows the people into this house. We find out later for different reasons. But there was a key thing. When you start as the hero, but you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. I think that's an old saying, right? Where the doofus guy, his fiance finds her, and the boat driver found her. So she's still not ready to leave. She's still not ready to go. So she takes someone the long way through this cliff where she knows where in the previous part of the film she almost fell and he had to save her. Now, she took her to this exact spot, and for a long time you thought she could have saved her, but she just stayed away. Did she just stay away? We'll get to that. But there was a key point where it seems like there was growing a romance between the guy and the girl, but in Kiefer, he wanted to escape. She didn't, so he poisoned her and got a boat raft, and he tried to swim, but he wasn't fully able to, so it ended up coming back, and she made an example of him. She paralyzed him for a few minutes, where he couldn't feel, touch, eat, or anything like that, and she took his trousers off, took his pants off, and she looked like she was going to cut his off, but she didn't. She cut this other animal. Was like, don't forget, don't expect my kindness for weakness or something like that, and then tapped him on the nose. A bit of a warning, if you do that again, it'll be the real thing. So there was a lot of tension between the two, where you could see her character changing and developing into something a bit meaner. And you find out that she could have saved the fiancé and the boat driver, but she was the reason they died. So she will stop at nothing for them to stay there where he really wants to go. He seems like he's changing, he seems like he wants to redeem himself, but there was a key point where he finds his fiancée's engagement ring, and then they have a little of a scruffle, bit of a run, bit of a fight, stabbing, punching, strangling. Her eye almost got taken out. It got pretty dark. And when he tried to rescue himself through these forests, he finds this house, abandoned. Seems like a rich slob probably lived there, but what he didn't know, she's already been there. She's already seen the foods, the knives, the security cameras, everything. So she already, because at one point in the film she brought a knife back and she said she found it. She didn't find it for shit, she got it from the house. And there was a key point in this film where it looks like he was confessing his love for her, but really he was trying to save his own ass. Did that work? Well, you'll have to find out for yourself that. But it finished a bit weird. It did finish with the woman surviving on a golf course, doing pretty well. She's getting all these. She's got a movie about her, the documentary about her, all this stuff about her now. And she's the, I was going to say a little plea thing then, but I'll let you watch that. But I do like how it ended in the distance with her driving off in this nice fancy car with One Way or Another. Badass song. I actually saw people in the cinema actually dopping their heads when One Way or Another came on. That was pretty cool. So this film was different. This film was unique. It had so much different aspect of you see yourself as the hero, but then has more come on in the end because you are so consumed about staying and having things this way where she's in control. She has the power, she has the authority, she has the edge. In this island, she saw herself become the villain. So it was a massive character. Now, final part, like I said, she saw herself becoming the villain, and it's because everything became full circle. He started off as that rich prick who you wanted him to get his comeuppance. She was the not really paid attention, not really noticed, 9 to 5 workers office girl who tried to just get some recognition. And then seeing how it started to see how it ended was pretty interesting. Like I said at the beginning, some people are going to like this film, some people probably won't. I personally enjoyed it, even the slow burner parts. I actually thought it was pretty good. I'll probably give it around a 5 out of 10, giving it a fair mark, to be honest. I would recommend it. I would encourage people to give it a check to see what they think. But like always, like every review I do, I please ask everyone to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell for future videos. And don't forget to check out the next video. And also, while you're at it, I've been posting a lot of stories on my page. Please check them out and give them a like and comment too. I really do appreciate it. I do work really hard on them. So yeah, have a good night. Peace. Next film, Strangers Chapter 3. Peace.